And pause here. What do you think we should do here in this situation? You have a move here that is super, super good. I want you to try and think about what that could be. So this is what I would call downtime. Downtime, you farm your camps. Uptime, you farm neutral and enemy. What's up guys? Coach Leo here. Just quickly before you watch the rest of the video, I wanted to let you know that this insanely informative review was taken from one of my daily group sessions held in the Jungle Academy. If getting your own VOD reviewed by me is something that you are interested in, there will be a link to join the Jungle Academy in the description below.
I think something which I've been struggling with in a lot of my games is trying to get the team to do what I want.
The idea of trying to get your team to do stuff is, you know, let's say, okay, we try and get our team to ping something. You have to always remember that the first step is to communicate, right? And then the second step is to adapt. So you still have to adapt. You cannot just think because you ping something that it will happen. Okay, so pinging is good, right? But we have to, I'll show you what, and then, you know, hopefully, there will probably be an example, right, in this game where, but yeah, like, let's say you ping Baron, everyone does their own thing, you start walking towards it, no one does it, you just gotta play for yourself in those moments. That's all you can do. And I'll also be looking at the type of communication that you give your team to. I think that's also something that's important, like how you ping, you know? Because there is a big difference between pinging like in an effective way and pinging in a way that is ineffective, or in a way that's annoying, or in a way that's, you know, whatever. All right. Cool. Playing some Mundo, clearing the bot. So we'll do a quick little early game review. No information on the enemy jungle, on the enemy Jace. Pathing towards the bot side, which we have a Blitzcrank, which is cool. Clear speed seems pretty good. You're on time for Scuttle, which is good. So what I want you to think... Okay, yeah, cool. You go for the bot gank, yeah.
But then this, I'm not sure if I made a misplay because I walked down and then I'm 99% sure they had vision there because they peel away.
Yeah.
And then
he flashes in, yeah, I saw that.
Re-engage.
Yeah.
And then my team starts pinging.
So,
do you think I should have full committed?
I mean, this was kind of unlucky, right? This was kind of unlucky. But in terms of, if we're talking about communication again right now, right? If we're talking about communication, when you change your mind, you need to let your team know that you're changing your mind. Yeah. So like, for example, I'm going to ping on my way here and I'm going to path to gank them, right? And then when I'm like, oh, they're just backing away and my team's not going in here, I know it's very unfortunate because your Blitzcrank literally flashes in as you turn around. Like the timing is a bit unfortunate, but you need to then back ping or adapt. You need to look at the game as if it's alive. Okay. You can't just think here, okay, they're backing off, I'm going to click away. So you even clicking away here, like I could do the same as you, by the way, here. I could click away here and be like, oh, this play is not happening anymore. But this is why you need to be looking and updating yourself more. So this is two things. Number one, updating your team on the decision that you've made, the change, and also adapting to what your team does, right? It's the same two things, pinging what you're doing and what you want, and then adapting to what they do. Does that make sense? Because sometimes you're going to ping on the way here and your Blitzcrank is going to go and roam mid, right? Just as an example. And you have to then adapt to that. Even though mid gank, you could be like, oh, where's my Blitzcrank? Yeah, it's frustrating. It's like, what's this guy doing? But that's what you have to do, right? You have to communicate what you want. And then when it doesn't happen, or when something changes, you need to adapt. You see that? So even if you were to do this, right? And even if you were to walk a few steps here, and then you see that your Blitzcrank is like fighting, you just have to update yourself again. Okay?
Okay.
That's it. So more updates, more whatever. Like even as you're leaving here, right? Like the thing that's happening right now is that what this tells me is that you don't look at your minimap enough, or you overvalue Scuttle. Like that can only mean these two things, right? What's happening right now, I'm seeing, is that you don't look at the minimap enough, or you think that this Scuttle is like higher prior than getting involved in this fight.
I didn't look at the map.
Yeah, so that's it. So this is a skill, right? This is a jungle skill that you should work on now that we've identified it. Updating yourself more, which means looking at the minimap more. What I like to call this is a minimap prompt, okay? This is a minimap prompt. It's prompting you to change this. You see the square that's on you? It's prompting you to pan here. It's prompting you to pan your actual screen here. Okay? So another thing that's interesting here, right? Another thing that's very interesting here is once we walk through like this, right? Now, I'm not going to say 100% that Jace is topside. I'm not going to say that 100%, right? But, right? Do you think it's a pretty good chance Jace is topside?
I don't know how fast his clear speed is, but I would assume so.
Okay, cool.
Because
Yeah, so like
otherwise he would have been in the river by now.
Good. Yeah, he should be here with you. Depending on, of course, some matchup knowledge is good, right? If you're versing a Zed, you know he clears really quick. If you're versing a Warwick, you know he clears pretty slow, right? So yeah, having some matchup knowledge, but in a general sense, if you're here and he's not here, we're also thinking that like he's topside, which again means that you being involved in bot is even more important because the scuttle is not like, you know, it's not like it needs to be done like right now, right? You have literally 46 seconds of basically like free time. And where you use this 46, well, it's not 46, it's kind of like maybe like 30 seconds, right? Where you use this 30 seconds of time right now is extremely important of where you use it. Okay. So yeah, of course we should get involved with the bot play. I'm just trying to make you visualize how much free time you have.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
so
with
Jace ends up being bot side.
with getting back to your lane, so within your home guard changes, should you no longer get to Gromp through the jungle or Krug, sorry?
This is a really good point.
So you rather go to your tier 2 or whatever it is.
This is a really good point. I mean, I think you would always, so like, yeah, I mean, when you're going back to your, that's actually a really good point. we're going to have to test, right? I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, it would mean that you go through lane. Yeah. True. I haven't actually thought about that yet, but that's a good point. Okay, so new update, right? Your Blitzcrank dies and he's angry at you. Okay, it's fine. It's all good. The game doesn't end here because your Blitzcrank's angry at you. You don't need to compensate or change anything how you play. So it comes back to the same thing. You finish this scuttle and you're getting a minimap prompt right now on the bot side, right? You need to move your camera here because right now you have two moves. Okay, the two moves are reset and go to your Krugs, or gank bot and clean up a kill or something like that, right? And to know which one of these options to take, you have to look. Because if you look here and they're both full HP, there's no point of you being botsed anymore. You should just recall. And if you look and they're 1 HP, of course you want to kill them over recalling. So I will tell you something here, okay? I'll tell you of a very kind of something that I've kind of made up. It's called the click and pan, okay? So if something is happening and the minimap, what is the minimap information telling you here? Like on the bot side.
They're very pushed in.
They may
HP.
be, yeah, they may be overextending for a play on your bot side. So this is where I always want you to react with click first. So basically what this is that you click on your minimap here to start walking there because you want to basically react as soon as possible. So I'll tell you when you want to click, right? You're finishing this, you see them fighting here. Immediately once you finish this, these clicks are good, right? These clicks are really good because it means you're already running here to potentially go here. But I want you to click on your minimap so then you can pan. So you click here and then basically it's like left click, right click. Does that make sense? Like you left click here and then you right click so your camera moves. All right. So this is all about gathering information. Click and pan. Click and pan.
Yeah.
Because then once we see like, oh, it doesn't look good, right? Or there's nothing to... So right now, do you think there's anything more to play for on the bot side?
No, I should have just backed straight away.
The cleaver is fine. The cleaver is fine. You just press B now. Yeah. So I don't want you... Because there is still stuff to do on the top side. What is it? There's something on the top side that you can still get. Yeah. So if you don't... Like this is... You could still be getting something better than throwing cleavers at Jace. You know? Yeah. So you don't want to stay around here. Unless you think you can get a kill. I mean, I wouldn't really assume that you can kill Jace here unless he turns his monitor off and just runs into you, right? So you need to be very, very sensitive of how you use your time. And for that, you need information. And once you have all the information, which is here, you just say, oh, no more play. Go topside. Because if you the earlier you recall, you get the top crab, and then you just come back to clearing your camps again. Okay? Yeah. So you see here, like where do you think you could be on the map right now if you had the information here and you were so let's say you base let's say you walk here and you base at like 315 or maybe you base somewhere safe. 315, okay? 8 seconds to recall and 20 seconds to run here. So it's like kind of like 30 seconds. So at 8:45, you could be at your Krugs, right? Basically. At 8:45. Let's see where you are at 8:45. Sorry, 8:45. 3:45. What am I saying? At 3:45, you could be at your Krugs, okay? Just think about that. So you see where you are? You could be here.
Yeah.
That's the difference of you can't just walk around. You can't just walk around in circles throwing cleavers. Now, if you think that you can kill Jace, that's a different story, okay? If you think here that you can kill Jace, and this is a high percent play, like you think with a good chance that you can kill this Jace here, this play is fine. But of course, that's not the case, right? He has a flash, he has a team, he's high health, right? Well, he's not high health, but you know, he's not low. You see that? You see what I mean? So that's where that decision to stay here. That's the two plays you're trying to think about. All that makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you think about it like you can think about it in a way that you would just, you know, AFK scrolling TikTok for a while, you know, by throwing cleavers bot side. Because it didn't gain you more than what you could have gained on the top side. Okay, so now we at least know Jace's tempo, right? We know Jace, we know his path, the Jace. What did he do?
Top to bottom.
Top to bot, same as you, and his tempo is what? Like, who's going to get to... Same as yours, right? You're going to get here the same time as Jace. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same tempo, because you both recall at the same time. So we basically have map packs on him right now, right?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And then, of course, he might go for the top scuttle. I don't mind that you don't go for the top scuttle here, because, again, your camp's already spawned. I think this is better compared to first scuttle. Okay, so when we get to the bot side here, we're expecting the Jace to also be around, right?
Yeah.
Where's Jace right now? He's either on Raptors or Krugs, right?
Yeah.
So this is like what I like to call your spare time now. This is true spare time, right? You have nothing else to do after this grump. So yeah, what you should do here is get some vision. Here, right? Look here. Like this is genuinely when you can. So I know that the what's it called?
Daylights.
I know that the Phalites, yeah, I know that they're decent, okay, to put your ward, but I think even still, your ward is better deeper here for your team. And this is where you can genuinely just walk in, ping on the way, and just fish for a blitzcrank hook. Does that make sense? Because now you're not wasting time. As before, when you were throwing cleavers around, you had stuff to do. Guess what? Your next timer is 47 seconds on the red. So you have free time again.
I actually didn't really think about who my bot lane actually was.
Okay.
Like I recognized that it's going to be more volatile.
Yep.
But now that you say that, there wasn't once in the game where I thought, let me try play around this crank hook.
Yep. Yeah, so you just gotta be more aware of why you're piloting to bot, right? I know it's very easy just to autopilot path to bot. But you wanna path to the lane that you think you can get a kill. So like if your bot lane is, if it's Sona versus Seraphine, right? Even season 16, if it's Sona versus Seraphine, and it's like Renekton versus Riven top, you want to path towards top, right? Because it's like, it's more, it's more volatile, and your influence changes the outcome of the game on that volatility. Yeah, so you can literally just walk in, you can walk like this. You can literally finish Gromp, walk in here, throw a cleaver, place like a deep ward here to try and spot the enemy jungle, walk back out. Usually here, I would have preferred you have like a sweeper, because...
Yeah, I forgot to swap this game.
Good, yeah. Okay, it's good that you just say that if you forgot. There's just something else that you can think about, put a sticky note or something on your computer or something like that. Because this is usually where you're going to go like sweep, 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 and sweep all their vision. And what sweeping all their vision does in your spare time is it makes them have to play safe, which is good. Because then you have bot push. And then that opens up potentially dragon and whatever. In this case, I wouldn't do it because again, we know Jace is piling towards bot side. But you get what I mean. That's your spare tempo job. Okay? So I would have liked you to... Okay, so the mid gank is fine, right? Because guess what? It's our spare time. I would have liked you to drop your other trinket though. Like on... I would have liked you to drop your trinket on Dragon or on his Raptors or something. I would have liked you to just think about, using your trinket in your spare time. And remember here, right? You know where Jace is. So something about communication that's really, really good to do here is just as you're leaving, right? As you're leaving, you're saying, goodbye bot lane. There's nothing for me to play for anymore. But I do know Jace is here. So as you're walking towards this way, it's really good to just send like a danger ping where you think that he is, and then on your bot lane as you leave.
Yeah.
Because I think this is like potentially his next play. because he did clear his first clear very slow. So, you know, I think you just cleared slower than him. And then, you know, he could go for a gank bot. You see that? You see when Jace shows up?
Yeah.
You see how we know that based on what we've said so far?
Yep.
So communication to your team will not always result in them living this gank, but it will result in them living more ganks than not. Like, it will result in them, you know, living some ganks, at least like half, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So he starts Drake, you respond, or, you know, something's going on here. You ping on the way. Again, these pings are good. I don't mind these pings. I would love the pings to be more directional with your teammates. So ping assistance on people, and then what you want. I want to kill this Jace. Assist, assist, assist. I know this is like a lot of pings, and I know it's. I'm giving you like the, you know, you're doing like the 5. You get a score of a 5 out of 10 for this ping. You're pinging, which is good. It's giving your teammates something to play off. But a level above that is just pinging on who. Because right now the Blitzcrank's AFK. You see what's happening on the minimap right now? I'm telling you, this minimap is your, you know, it's your best friend. You have to look at the minimap like more, because I've just seen that this guy's just AFK. You know what I'm saying? He's legit just AFK. So you have to ping what you want. I want to kill this Jace, but you still have to adapt. Do you see that? So you adapting here is just playing slow. Just make sure you're not like, don't all in when Sejuani can like move and your Blitzcrank's not. Okay, yeah, he's moving now. Cool. And pause here. What do you think we should do here in this situation? You have a move here that is super, super good. And I want you to try and think about what that could be.
Could I pull Drake towards my bush on the right?
Okay, let me ask you, do you want to do the Drake here?
I mean, it's even numbers bot size and we have mid prior.
Okay, good, good. Okay, we're thinking about some stuff. All right, let's go back. So we burn Ari's ult here and flash, and Zed also used his. Oh no, he didn't use ult. That's pretty good actually. Okay, so mid we have a slight advantage. Would you say? Like we have ult advantage mid. Yeah. Both of their health is like kind of okay. All right, this is where I'm gonna let you know something. All right, you see how this dragon is hitting you? It is not 4v4 bot side. It's not. It is 4v5 because this guy is the enemy as well. So whenever you take a Drake like this, you need a big advantage. You need a numbers advantage. You need a really big item advantage. You need some kind of advantage, because if you start this, you're basically saying, if the enemy comes and tries to kill us, we'll be able to just kill them. Good. Yeah. And why I don't like this dragon, number one, it requires us to rely on our team. Imagine we start this Drake, Zed wants to go for a solo kill instead. Blitzcrank AFKs again on TikTok. So I'm not saying that you can never rely on your team, but in this situation, guess what? Last but not least, your camps are spawning again, right? And you have a ward. So all you should do here is just ward the dragon and then just go and do your camps and let them start it and let them take the 4v5. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because you could just ward this, use your trinket, which is a good... Now your trinket is big value. You can just literally ward the Drake. So before, like when you force him off, this is fine. Now you have stuff to do topside, right? Same thing as before when you're throwing cleavers at the Jace. I don't want you just to hang around to bodyguarding the dragon, throwing cleavers for 30 seconds. Like, that cannot happen. So I will even tell you, even if you didn't have a ward here, you should still go to your topside. Doesn't matter. Get your team to ward it. Try and, you know what I mean? Like, but since you do have a ward,
need vision thing.
All you need to do, need vision. All you need to do is drop a ward on the pit and just literally walk to your red or recall to your red. In this case, I would walk because, you know, you don't really have that good of a buy. Okay, so then when you're walking to here and you have a ward on the dragon, maybe Jace starts it again. Yeah, okay, you can turn around and then ping your team again and try and kill him. But you want them to be getting hit by the Drake is the main thing.
Yeah.
Unless you have a really big advantage, which in this situation, I don't think you do. Okay, so back to that question you asked me, right? That question that you asked me, remember? How do I get my team to help? And this is like universal jungle experience is what you're doing right now. And I'm telling you that you need to communicate and then adapt. And not risk this, because your tempo and your own game and your own agency to carry this game is being heavily affected right now. And or it's being heavily, you know, like your nexus, your own little nexus is basically taking a dent here. If you don't get this Drake, if your team doesn't respond, if, you know what I mean? Like you're having to rely so much on your team here, which we don't want to do. So look, we ping Drake, we do the pings. We go ping, 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 ping. Okay, your team's not moving. You need to notice and just leave. Look, your team's not moving.
Yeah.
Look, your team's not moving. Your team's not, leave. So I didn't pre-watch this VOD, right? And how do I know it's going to be a disaster? How do I know these things happen? I mean, obviously you also told me that, you know, disaster, like how do I get my team to help? But this is such a common thing, right? Like this has happened so many times. This is not like low elo specific either, by the way. This literally happens in high elo too. And it's all about, say it one more time. You got to ping and you have to adapt. And that's why you have to look at this minimap more. But yeah, as I said, I don't even want to waste time hitting this Drake unless my Z is also telling me, hey, I'm coming here. Yo, I'm coming. Like, wait, let's fight. Okay. And yeah. Okay, cool. So I think that's all. We'll wrap it up. Okay. Because we get to see kind of like what you were talking about. What was the second thing that you were talking about that you wanted to
closing out games?
Closing out games.
I found that in a lot of my games. I found we just can never close out a game. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be that's gonna be a whole new bag of worms. Which it is the similar thing, right? Pinging like, you know, what you want from your team and adapting. The main I'll tell you, like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to go into detail in this session about like closing them out, right? There's a lot to it. The main thing is that you always want to have an objective in mind. And the main thing is that you always, like, you can still communicate what you want to play for, but if that doesn't happen, don't sacrifice yourself to do it or to go for it, or don't sacrifice your own agency. The main important thing is that you keep farming and you keep strong. And I don't know if you've heard me talk about this before, but also uptime, downtime, just trying to sync up with your team. So when your team wants to play, you're taking neutral camps, you're taking, like, this is good, right? And then, you know, you throw a cleaver here, she burns ult. So right here, right, like, I'll just use this one round as an example. Like, you have your entire top side up, okay, and your Swain is dead, correct?
Yeah.
So this is actually a time where if I were to draw like some tempo lines, like where your team is, like where everyone is, right? This is everyone's tempo lines. When your tempo lines are not in sync, you should just farm your camps. So this is what I would call downtime. Downtime, you farm your camps. Uptime, you farm neutral and enemy. Okay, so hero is kind of okay to take the scuttle because this Smald is also dead, right? Let me show you a better example of uptime. Okay, so this ends up working out for you. Cool. Yep. Yep, and you go back to farm your camps. Okay, I like it. That was really good. Okay, this is a great example of uptime, right? So uptime here, cool. We're pinging. We want to get control. This is all great. Cool. Okay. The next objective that honestly you would want to play for. So this is also about like not trying to close the game out too fast. You kind of want to play for this first. So I think getting vision here is fine, but just don't int the game here starting Baron. Okay. Just don't end the game by starting Baron here. Like, you still want to get this bot scuttle, for example. Ideally, you want to play for this tower. But I think the fact that your team is on the same page here and grouped is actually not a bad thing. I just think Baron is a bit of a throw. Yeah, and the classic just ARAM, right? I would prefer you, instead of ARAMing, to be taking something. Like, this scuttle is a perfect example of taking something neutral while you're still close enough to your team to react if there's a fight. Does that make sense? And I would just be trying to get some pings on this bot tower.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
Would it be wrong for me to try and go for a small split push here?
On bot side?
Let's say I can see all 5 of them, yeah. If I can see all 5 of them are still staying mid.
It's a rough one, right? Because your champion is not the greatest at, like, breaking that tower.
Yeah.
He's not bad, but he's not like... You mainly... The thing I'll end this review with is that you want to just be in between. So what you were doing before, like if you're taking this blue here and your team is pushing mid, that's good. And like someone pushing top, that would be ideal. So the ideal situation here is what you have to think about, is that we're pushing mid and we're pushing bot and you're somewhere in between these two pushing lanes. Because then if they 5-man gank your mid, you break bot, right? If they gank your bot, you try and kill mid. Like you just want to be in between, and if there's a fight, you can react. Okay, that's all we'll have to end it here.
Cool.
In terms of, yeah.
Perfect.